Good morning, everybody. This is Kim Danke coming to you live on this Tuesday morning, July 26th, 2022. And we are 207 days into the 2022 edition of the Game of Life. Hope that you are playing along with me. I played a holiday card move yesterday and I enjoyed it. I'm glad it's over though. And today I am going to do Kim D's Bionic Hemp Day and get myself back in order. That's what my plan is today. So when you hop on here this morning, please say good morning, where you're watching from, and what type of shibboleth day you're going to have today. So yesterday I had to go to Alabama. My mother had a cardio version. So she got her heart shocked back into rhythm. And once we got her up there and checked in and then they called her to the back, there's really no reason for me to be sitting in the hospital just waiting in the hospital. There's a lot of sick people in there. It is a hospital. And I just thought, I'm not going to do that. Well, the hospital parking deck was also extremely full and I ended up having to park on the very top deck. And so I sat in the car for a little bit and then I thought, I ended up being out there for like 4 hours or more in the car, but I thought, get out of the car and just go see what kind of cool pictures you can get. And so I leaned out over the side and took some pictures and different things. And then just for the heck of it, I was recording a ambulance coming by. I was on the 8th floor of this parking deck, and I was recording this ambulance coming by, and he gets to the intersection, and all of a sudden there's a life flight helicopter in. So then I just turned my phone up, and I videoed the life flight helicopter coming in. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I thought to myself, if I had stayed in the car, I wouldn't have gotten some really cool pictures. I got a cool shot up the street, beautiful framing of some buildings and a walkway, and Vulcan, which is this iconic statue in Birmingham. Got that. I got some cool shots. Got a beautiful shot of the Children's Hospital with all these reflective windows. Got to see helicopter land. I thought, if you didn't get out of the car, if I had stayed all in my little comfort zone, the car, it wouldn't have nearly been as fun or as exciting. So then that was right there where my car was parked and I felt comfortable like walking around. Then I just said, okay, I'm going all over this parking deck. I walked to that side of the parking deck and took some pictures. I walked to that side of the parking deck and took pictures. I walked over here and took pictures. The most exciting side was my side. I actually didn't even post those others from the other sides. They weren't nearly as interesting. But my point to say that is, if I'd stayed in the car in my comfort zone, it really wouldn't have been nearly as interesting. So step out of your comfort zone. Do some things that can, one, in my situation yesterday, make a time that could have been extremely, it could have been worrisome. It could have been boring and all of that. But instead, I just got out of the car and did stuff. And let the Lord handle the procedure that she was getting. I can't do that. He can do that. So anyway, that's just a little bit of encouragement, how to handle things when you're going through them. And the meeting that I was going to have for lunch today. So I go to bed last night thinking X, Y, and Z are going to happen this morning. And only Y is happening. It's amazing how just overnight plans can change, things can shift. But I have done nothing but praise the Lord for the shifts because I need the time. I need the time at my desk to actually do some renewal work for advertisers and things like that. So when things come up, I try to just roll with it. Learned that over the years too. But what was really cool is I was doing a devotion this morning from the Word for You Today app, and it says how to keep a good attitude. And in Psalm 119, 164, it says, I will praise you 7 times a day. Now, I think about that, and I think about these religions where people are very dedicated to getting down on their hands and knees and praying to their God very, very regularly throughout the day, and how a lot of times, we don't do that. But then I'll get a verse like this and I'm like, you know what? I like that. I like that dedication and that conviction. I like it. So I think I may put it in my calendar to just, 7 times a day. Stop what you're doing. I feel like it's one of those things that can just calibrate. And we've talked about that before. Recalibrate your perspective. Rather than doing it once a day in the mornings, recalibrate all throughout the day. It's just like a ship. If a ship is getting off course, they have to correct it as they see it, because it's harder to correct if the ship is further off course. So, same thing. But I thought I'd read this to you. A bad attitude is like having a flat tire. You won't get anywhere until you change it. Few things in life are more important than your attitude, and here are 4 ways you can keep a good one. Realize your attitude needs to be constantly adjusted. Anything that you don't maintain eventually deteriorates. Think about that. And also, I want you to, since we talk a lot about bodies and health and taking care of ourselves, think about that. How many people have you known over the years that have not maintained themselves and they deteriorate? The stronger your natural inclination is, this is important. The stronger your natural inclination is toward doubt and negativity, the more you're going to have to work at it. So begin each day with an attitude check, and throughout the day, look for red flags signaling that you're not doing so well. Number 2, pray, because you will need God's help to maintain a good attitude. The Bible says, trust in the Lord and do good. Then you will live safely in the land and prosper. Delight in the Lord, and he will give you your heart's desires. Commit everything that you do to the Lord, and he will help you. Number 3, look for what's good and you will find it. Mother Teresa required 2 things for the people helping her in the slums of Calcutta: a desire to work and a joyful attitude. Think, if she could be joyful amongst the dying and destitute, surely you can too. Number 4, look for people with faith and spend time with them. Where are they? You will find them soaring above doubters like eagles. If you're having a bad day, get close and draft behind them the way racers do. If they're having difficulty, you be the one to get out in front and make things easier. 7 times a day, David paused to praise God. Can you imagine what that would do for your attitude? See, this is one of those things that I will read. I will go put it in my calendar and I will try to make it a practice. Because who's David? David is a wonderful example of, he's an example of how you can mess up and how you can be forgiven, how you can still mess up and have a heart for God, how he should do things. So I like to follow an example that is going before me and try to learn from that example. So I really like that. The other thing I wanted to do, and I'm not going to read it, but I am going to give you the suggestion. I'm reading a Bible study with Diane Malone and some other folks. Let's see if if y'all know the other people in there. Melanie Franks, she's here. And then come some other friends of Diane's. Well, this morning's devotional, okay, it's in the Bible app, and it's called What's Here Now. What's Here Now. Day 6 of What's Here Now is really good. And y'all can go find that. It's in the Bible app. Most people have that app, so I'm going to do that. But I just tell you that. But I did like a couple of quotes. In fact, after I read this one, there was so much I liked after it that I decided not to screenshot everything, because I end up with so many screenshots on my phone. But I thought I would tell y'all which one it was. So if somebody wants to type that in, that's good. The Bible app, What's Here Now, is the name of the devotion. But it says, in the wise words of Father Richard Rohr, he says, we do not think ourselves into new ways of living. We live ourselves into new ways of thinking. And this is why Shibboleth is so good. Because every day is one single day. You do it, then you do it again. Then you do it again. And then we've got the weekly timing chart. We've got the journal. We've got all those tools online that help us do that day after day after day. What it's helping us do is to live ourselves into a new way of thinking. And that just, to me, was a perfect way to wrap that up. But there was so much other goodness in that I want you to have a look at that. The other thing I wanted, as this morning, I've been up since 3:45. And I was sleeping. And then my son turned on the light in the bathroom. I keep my doors closed. They were cracked just enough. That light peered right through the door frame and the door, right onto my head, and woke me up. And I've been awake ever since. So my Fitbit, I've been wearing it to bed at night to try to judge my sleep and just see what it's saying about my sleep. And it was really funny this morning when I was laying there, I wrote this down. Once I realized that I was going to have a poor night's sleep, I thought, just go for it. Have that poor night's sleep, okay? Sort of like when you're playing bunco. Has anybody ever played bunco? Y'all give me some hearts if you know what bunco is. If you've played bunco and you have these wins and you have losses. And when we played, we had prizes and everything. Well, one of the prizes was for most losses. And there is some point in bunco when you start to go over and you're like, wait a minute, I think I'll go for the most losses. Not that you actually, bunco is just a total game of rolling dice and chance and chatting for people. But when you're rolling those dice, it's not like you can win or lose, but it'll change your mindset. You know what? I'm going to go for that biggest loser prize of the most losses. That's kind of what I felt like last night. You have to have some type of something to get you through that. And then the other thing that I was going to tell y'all is I'm looking at my Fitbit and I'm in a group with some people, Charlene and Pam and not Charlene, Deborah. Her name is Deborah Charlene, and I always call her the wrong one. But anyway, she knows who she is. And Rebecca, and I looked at my Fitbit. Every day I look at my Fitbit, and they're always beating me. And in my head, it ran through, it was really funny. I don't want to play with these people anymore. It was like I was a small child, and I'm like, I don't want to play with them anymore. But I am. The reason I am is because the reason that you put yourself in those types of situations is to encourage you. Now, I'm not going to feel bad about it. I can do what I can do, but there are days where I can do a little bit more. Maybe that'll encourage me to go do a little bit more. But those are the funny thoughts that run through my head about things. All right, so who's on here this morning? Who's going to have a good attitude today? I want to know who, y'all say, make a declaration about having a good attitude. It really is one of the best things that you can have. Okay, let's see. Hey, Michelle, good morning. I am F-Day in Carrollton, Georgia. Hey, Ron, good morning from Lilburn. Having a perfect day. Hey, Chris, good morning. I loved seeing dinner with your son last night. Those pictures, that was awesome. But good Tuesday morning, she says, Jacksonville, Florida. I am F-Day Top Gun 14-day challenge complete. Congratulations. 7.8 pounds down. Congratulations for that. But a surprise visit from my son from Virginia. It's been 3 years and we went out to dinner. Up 0.8 this morning and totally worth it. Yes, ma'am. Totally worth it. Congratulations for seeing him. That's amazing. And then thank you for prayers for my mom. So the doctor said everything went well. It took one shock. I got her home. She seemed to be doing good. She's got a follow-up appointment in 2 months. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Dana, good morning. Getting ready to leave for 5 days with the hubby to celebrate 35 years of marriage. That's a success banner for that, too. Congratulations, Dana. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. I am F-Day in Clarksville, Georgia. Hey, Karen, good morning. I am F-Day in Porter, Texas. Cheryl says, I'm sitting on my back deck looking for a bear that just left my neighbors. That's exciting. That is very exciting. I went outside this morning and Daisy's not feeling well again. Seems like the pancreatitis. She got into some pedigree the other day when I fed it to Winky, my daughter's dog. She got into that because she's a pig. And since she started feeling poor immediately. And so I started taking my, you know how I like to take my cloud pictures. So this morning I took that one. I thought it wasn't as extreme as some of the others, but it was kind of neat to be out there, and it's like you see the little sliver of the moon and a star. So it's just kind of fun. I love to go outside and look and see what you can see and just give praise to the Lord for that. I love to walk out on the back deck. I'll say, what did you paint for me today, Lord? What did you do in your great artistry to just give me great joy? But Cheryl, I love seeing those pictures of the bear that you did. So I hope you get to see him this morning. Hey, Valerie, good morning. Having an IMF day in Indiana. Hey, Lisa from Pennsylvania, good morning. Hey, Amanda, happy Tuesday. Having a perfect day. Hope you have a great day. You too. Hey, Lori and I were just messaging. She says, should I eat a third of a hemp bar or a Quest bar? I said, third of a hemp bar. So she's doing that this morning. The Bible app, what's here now? Thank you, Michelle. Hey, Sharon, good morning. Hickson, Tennessee. The perfect day with a wow meal in place. Awesome. Yes, Suzette, thank you. Hey, Kathy, good morning from Michigan. Having a perfect day. Alicia, good morning from Fort Oglethorpe. Day 2 of 21 perfect, already down 2.3 pounds from one perfect day. Congratulations. That is awesome. Awesome. Sharon says, I compete with myself. That's excellent. Yeah, you always want to compete with yourself. One of the worst things you can do, is you can compete with others, but compare. Never compare yourself to anybody else. Compare to you and what you did yesterday, what you've done in the past, that kind of thing. Yeah, Sharon. Sharon says, no stinking thinking today. That's her declaration for a good attitude. Hey, good morning, Charlene from Michigan. IMF Day. Michelle says, I am going to have a good attitude. I pray everyone does. Hey, Suzette, good morning from beautiful Altamont, Kansas. It's going to be an IMF Day here. Non-scale victory. I just finished my 3 miles at my best time average per minute, 16.55 seconds per minute pace. Awesome. I actually had 1 mile in 16 minutes flat. Way to go. It's going to be a great day. Glad to see your mama must be okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lisa says, I love being positive. It makes me feel better. Glad your mom is doing well. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Cindy, good morning from Virginia. IMF Day. Hey, Laura, good morning from Dalton. And Sharon says, I love that. Looking for God's painting of the moment. That's right. And Sharon says, way to do it, Sharon. I do too. I love that. My mother gave me a nice gift yesterday. She actually gave me 3. I've got these on right here. She said that these little diamond studs would be better for me because I go out and about and do things. So I said, thank you. So these, and then a ring that I need to get resized, and a little gold cross that I need to get a chain for. So she gave me those things yesterday, which are great. I cannot wait to wear them. I went ahead and put these on this morning. So that's awesome. Okay, well, I am going to hop off of here today, but I am having a Kim D's Bionic Hemp Day. And so it's going to be a perfect day. I'm up 2 pounds from the holiday yesterday, but I was up the other day from holidays, and all of that was gone before yesterday. So I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. So now I need to get this back off. That's why I'm doing Kim D's Bionic Hemp Day. To me, it's the most satisfying one for me to do the day after a holiday with the best results. Normally, I've been doing those on Monday, but, Monday was different yesterday than the normal Monday. I got my 4th Cheerful as a Cricket badge today. So that means that I've had 4 months since the badges started. I've had 4 months of Perfect Tuesdays. So that's great. And what else? If you're watching on replay, please type in hashtag Shibboleth for His Glory. If you haven't journaled yet, go ahead and mark your gameplay. There are sometimes when you play pool, and I don't play pool, so I don't know when this is, but there is some point where you have to call your shot. Call your shot. This morning. Call your shot. Are you having an IMF day, a perfect day? What are you doing? Call it and do it. Okay? All right. I will see y'all in the morning when Travis goes live today at 11. Try to watch him if you can. It's always great motivation. If you can't watch him live, watch him later. Okay? It's very important to stay connected. Hey, Jada, good morning. She's having a perfect day with no extras. Love that, Jada. That is awesome. That is awesome. Good. All right. I will see y'all later.